Welcome to another episode of Monday
Mukbangs with the Omni's Eat Vegan family. And today we are going to be eating spaghetti with a roasted garlic marinara sauce. This is the Olivo by Classico sauce is what we're eating. It appears that the ingredients are all vegan. We just got tomato puree, diced tomatoes, olive oil, sugar, salt, onions, garlic, more garlic, basil, black pepper, citric acid. Citric acid's the only thing I'm not quite sure about, so if that's not vegan, I don't know, so I'm sorry. And then we're going to have some of these Gardein classic meatless meatballs. I'm probably not going to have any of those, but these guys are. And we've got some, looks like linguine. Is that about it? Linguine? Yes. Can you reach the sauce? So,
I'll grow a little longer.
We're going to be eating lots of pasta tonight for our dinner. So, we're very happy that you joined us today for our mukbang.
No, we're not.
So today, I think one of you recommended in the comment section that we talk all about our pets. Now, you guys have seen our current pets. Our Wednesday. Well, she's not going to come up here right now. Buttercup probably will. Wednesday, who is our little dog, our 9-pounder. She's a Boston Terrier Pug mix. And we did get her from a pet store. I know that's horrible. We got her before we really knew how bad it was. So we just didn't know how bad it was to get a pet from a pet store. But we do know now. So Buttercup, who is our golden dog. Buttercup, come here. Come here, honey. Oh, you're not gonna get in a picture, are you? No, you're not. I love you, girl. Anyway, Buttercup, who's right here, who's our golden dog. We don't know what she is. We got her from a rescue. I think I might have mentioned that before. And, you know, she's our rescue dog. We don't know what she is. But we love her. She's an awesome dog. She is primarily Nikki's dog. She does sleep in Nick's room and spends her time in Nick's room overnight. You know, they are the family dogs, but Buttercup spends the night in Nikki's room and Wednesday spends the night in Neil's room on their respective beds. Buttercup has her own little bed, don't you, honey? She's over here chewing on a toy. Anyway, so we did get her from a rescue. It's Homeward Bound. I think I've mentioned that on here before, and we've had a link to their website here before. But they actually focus on pregnant female dogs, and then they take the pregnant dogs and their puppies and find homes for all of them after they fix the mom, and they find homes for all of them. So that's where we got her from, and she is just she's a really sweet, very good-natured puppy dog. She is a year old. We have officially had her for a year now. She turned a year, I think, May. March. Yeah, because I think we got her when she was 8 weeks old. So it was either the end of April or early May when she officially turned a year old. So she's a full-grown dog now. She's a sweetheart. She's really good working with Nicholas.
Yeah. And
she's really good with all of us. Like, she follows me around the house. She's just very much a sweetheart. Wednesday, she's a little bit more active, aren't you, honey?
Yeah. A little bit more like a cat.
Yeah.
She could care less.
John likes to call Wednesday a cat. Wednesday's not a cat. She is a dog.
But she acts like a cat.
Sometimes. Sometimes she acts like it, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes
she's sitting down here hoping for food.
Seeing new people, and she gets so excited to see them.
Yes. Wednesday's very excitable. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Wednesday's a very excitable dog. Since John and I have been married, we've had these two puppy dogs. You just want to bite, don't you? Wednesday's sitting right down here on the floor. She wants a bite of my food. So we've had these two dogs. We also had another dog a while back named Pugsley. She was our first dog that John and I got after we were married. Nikki wasn't born yet when we got Pugsley. So Neil was only about 4 when we got Pugsley. Pugsley was a full-bred pug, and she was an adorable little puppy dog too. I miss Pugsley.
Yeah, she was a
good dog.
She was a good dog. That's the reason why we got 2 more. When it was very tough. I voted not to get any more dogs after her because I didn't really want to deal with everything the unfortunate way that sometimes dogs leave. So it was pretty sad. Use a fork, please. That being said, other than the animals that Jessica and I have owned, I did not have pets per se. I had animals that resided on my grandparents' farm, and I got to play with them, which would include a German Shepherd named Sparky, and I forget what the goat's name was.
A goat.
Yeah.
I am goat.
And chickens. There was a goat that my grandmother kept as a pet. She would feed it chewing tobacco. I don't know how sanitary or how I don't get her in trouble because she's no longer with us. But goats. The stereotype is that they eat almost anything, and this goat definitely fit that bill. I mean, loved chewing tobacco when she was. I think the person that sold the goat to her told her that. So she would chew. She'd give the old goat chewing tobacco. Pretty funny.
Well, we also had fish. We had a fish tank for a while.
Yep, we still have the fish tank downstairs.
Yeah, but the fish have all since
Expired.
left our family. Growing up, I didn't really have any pets. I had fish growing up.
I guess I had fish too.
I had friends who had rabbits. I had friends who had not guinea pigs, hamsters. And I so badly wanted a hamster. Like, my best friend, Tracy, had a hamster when I was growing up. And I so badly wanted a hamster. Like, I begged and pleaded for a hamster. And my parents weren't having it. So I never got my hamster. I also really wanted birds. And I would still love to own birds right now. But that probably won't happen either.
No, please.
The only pet we really had, that I had when we were growing up, ironically, we too had a German Shepherd named Pup. But Pup passed away when I was 6. So all I remember is being scared to death because the dog was bigger than me.
Yeah, and German Shepherds are. I mean, they can be very well trained, and it takes a real firm. I think, if I remember correctly, it takes a very strong, disciplined person to really get a dog like that to act appropriately around children.
Well, and Pup was a sweetheart. She just always wanted, no, this is for Buttercup. Problem is, Pup wanted to play with us. And I didn't understand that when I was, 6 years old or 5 years old. I didn't understand that when the dog came and licked me, that was playing. Or love, I just didn't know that. It's funny, a couple weeks back, the Powerball lottery, if you're in the U.S., you might be familiar with the Powerball lottery.
I just hated the lottery thing.
But I always joke around and say, I'm gonna win the lottery. And the Powerball lottery a couple weeks ago was really high. It was up over $400 million, if you can imagine that. That's more money than I can even imagine ever having in my entire lifetime. But John and I would talk, what would you do with it? What would I do with it? Blah, blah, blah. And what we decided was we would open a, as John liked to say it, dog farm. Now don't take that the wrong way. We wouldn't be breeding or anything like that, but what we wanted to do was open an animal rescue. Not just dogs. I think we would just probably rescue just about anything. I love animals. I really probably should have went into that field of some sort, veterinarian, or I think I've said on this channel before when we talked about our what we wanted to be when we grew up. I really wanted to be a marine biologist. So I probably should have went into a field where I worked with animals, because they're just so cute. I know that some aren't cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I really do love animals a lot.
Yeah, considering that, I don't know, what I always see this, there's advertisements for Shark Week coming up. I don't know how anyone, I mean, I know it's possible that sharks are loving, caring creatures, but they're scary. All those teeth. I know some of them don't have a lot of teeth, but they have been. Our culture has taken them and created them into monsters. Like the monsters of the sea, really.
Yeah, I just don't want this meatball.
You don't want the meatball? Alright.
I don't like meatballs. My biggest problem with these Gardein meatballs is that they have caraway seeds in them, and I'm not a big fan of caraway seeds. I'm very much a texture eater, and like if you get a caraway seed and it like crunches, I really don't like that. That bothers me a lot. So, and I don't like regular meatballs either.
Oh.
I don't eat them. Nick, what about you? What's your favorite animals? As I ask him with a big mouthful of food in his mouth.
There you go. Good job, buddy. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Oh, you got something there. Okay, good. Oh. Alright, so what's your favorite kind of animal? You could have any kind of pet. What kind of pet would it be?
Fish.
You want a fish? A big fish or a little fish?
A big one.
You want a big fish?
I know we've said before that Buttercup is Nicholas's dog. But I think Nick's a little bit afraid of Buttercup, actually.
Nick, are you afraid of Buttercup?
I'm not even scared of anything.
Oh, you're not scared of anything, huh?
What about, do you like Buttercup when she licks you?
No.
No.
Neil is not present, but I feel fairly comfortable saying that Neil is a dog person.
He is a dog person. One of the reasons we actually ended up with Wednesday is because Neil is such a dog person. I wanted another dog, but Neil really supported me in that.
Yeah, I did not.
So, and then we got Nicholas to say how cute Wednesday was, because Wednesday when we got her, she was like 2 pounds or 3 pounds, something like that. She was, like, really tiny. She fit in your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about you, honey. Come here.
She still fits in your hand.
I'm talking about this one. She was 2 pounds when we got her. Just a wee little puppy, huh? Now you're a full-grown dog. You got sauce on your face. Yeah. So, but she was so cute. She's still so cute, aren't you? Give mommy kisses. No kisses for mommy?
One more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be
You're gonna eat the rest?
So she really was. She was an adorable little puppy, and Wednesday?
Oh yeah, she's adorable. Except for when she steals Buttercup's food.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I think I might have said it in a video before. Wednesday is always on the lookout for something to eat. And I don't know if that's because she was bred and she had a bunch of siblings that she had to fight for food over, but they were all little. I mean, it was the same. The pet store that we got her from actually had her and her brother, and they were both tiny. Her brother was a little bit bigger than her, and maybe she was the runt of the litter. I don't know. But she's always fighting for food. I mean, we give her plenty of food, not only dog food, but she does eat human food from time to time.
Noodles.
Not too much, but we do give her a little bit of human food. And she just seems, I mean, you saw her, she's 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds. She seems to always be hungry, never be full. I mean, she just wants to eat all the time. Yes. Don't you, honey? Yeah.
So much so that every once in a while she tries to eat things that are not food.
She does. We have to be very careful with her.
You don't want it soft? Nicholas really appreciates a new way that I was watching various Food Network things, because I'm a food geek, on how to prepare spaghetti and pasta. And most of the time you boil pasta in a large pot. I don't know if you noticed, but I cooked mine in a saucepan. Not a saucepan, but like a skillet. Not as much water. I don't waste as much water. I do use a lot of salt, but it does create a very it almost sauces itself a little bit, in that the salt and the starch come out of the noodle and create like a thickness to it. It's good. I love it. That being said, shout out to the Food Network, Food Channel. You know, God bless them. I keep them in business, at least on Snapchat anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like sauce. The more salt, the better, really. Now that I've diverted the topic, I don't know. I think if I ever owned another dog, or my ideal dog would be a very large dog, one that you know, once the boys are gone, I can really treat like, I can spoil like a kid.
Don't let them fool you. Our 2 dogs that we have are spoiled. They are our daughters. Actually, we call them the girls.
Yeah.
When they're getting a little bit too rough, I will say, "Girls!" Buttercup's head just popped up because she knows that's what she gets called. I love you, honey. I love you, honey. But there are girls. Just like our boys. When Neil and Nick are getting at it and they're getting a little bit too rough, I yell at them and say, "Boys!" Right, Nick? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there are our little girls. I don't know how much more he could spoil a dog.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely, when you're a kid and you see dogs growing up and you have cats and things like that, you don't really know about their, like, I don't know that I recognized the amount of personality an animal like a pet has. I mean, our 2 dogs have such personality.
They do.
I guess it can only come from the fact that they hang out with our sons all the time. Our sons have a lot of personality as well. As many of you have commented, Nicholas and Neil are the quote-unquote rock stars of our house. Mm-hmm. I guess it goes back to, just like having the dogs themselves. It's part of what, and even trying this little experiment, it's part of what we as parents want to give them as our children. The vegan experience, the pets, it's all part of trying to give them an exposure to things that they wouldn't normally have, and that in this environment we can help them understand and control. Not control, but fully understand and accept. There is nothing wrong with having an animal as a pet. There's nothing wrong with taking an animal in when it needs help. there's nothing wrong with trying different kinds of food. As a matter of fact, it's really, I mean, I think the nicest thing about this Omni's Eat Vegan is that Nicholas has become quite the food connoisseur. He will try different foods. And he likes making food. He helped me make the pasta.
Always.
Always, yes. He's the taste tester extraordinaire. He lets me know when my pasta's done. So do the dogs. They're taste testers 2 and 3. So.
And they are just, I mean, John said it's nothing wrong with having pets, but for us, our pets are our children as well. We love them. They act like children. We treat them like children. We get angry at them sometimes. I mean, this one right here has a nervous bladder, and there's nothing she can really do about that, but it does upset us from time to time.
Especially when you're trying to go somewhere.
Yeah. Buttercup, she likes to do some things. It upsets us too.
Just like barking.
She does. Buttercup barks at anyone. Like, if she doesn't know you. Like, once she gets to know you, she is the sweetest, most cuddliest dog there is. But if she doesn't know you or if she hears a noise, she goes crazy.
Wow.
And that's a good thing.
Crazy.
On one hand, but on the other hand, it's not so good because, like, we'll have my family over for, my birthday or something, or Christmas, and she doesn't know my family because they just don't come over. I mean, they come over like 4 times a year.
Right.
My brother comes over, and so she knows my brother, my one younger brother. But the rest of our families don't really come over. Like I said, his family comes over once or twice a year, and my family comes over like 4 or 5 times a year. And that's it. So she doesn't know them. So, like, when they come over, we have to put her in a bedroom or something like that because she would go nuts. She would just absolutely go nuts.
She also tries to herd them.
She does try to herd them. I have a lot of nieces and nephews.
She wants them all to stay in one place.
Yeah.
And she very much treats them like a dog would treat sheep in a field. She will try to herd them and make sure they stay where they're supposed to be. And as long as they don't move, as long as they don't get out of line, or where she expects them to be, she's okay with them being here.
Well, but she does that to us too. Like earlier today,
she doesn't like
I
us.
was in the bedroom working on my computer, and John and the boys were in the living room on the TV, and she was out in the living room with them. And then every once in a while, she would come back, stare at me through the door because the door was open, and then she'd turn around and walk away. She just wanted to make sure she knew where I was, make sure that she knew that I was okay, and that was all, you know. So.
And Wednesday's a cat. She doesn't care about anybody.
No, she loves us. Don't you, honey? Oh, thank you. These are our little girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, what kind of pets do you guys have?
Yeah.
I know some vegans really don't like to have pets, but I really do believe in rescuing animals, especially if they're in a bad situation or whatever. I really do believe that is a really good thing.
Or would be in a bed.
Yeah.
I mean, without us adopting Buttercup as a pup would have ended up, I don't know
where. Who knows? Yeah. So anyway, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up down below.
Thumbs up.
If you aren't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button. Our little puppy dogs do make cameos, cameos in our episodes from time to time. Don't you, honey? Yes. Anything that involves food. So they do come into our videos every once in a while. So if you haven't already and you'd like to be, hit that red subscribe button and hit that little bell to be notified when we do upload new videos. We do 3 a week. Monday Mukbangs, which is what you're watching right now. Tuesday Taste Test, and Wednesday What I Ate in a Days. Let us know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on pets. Do you like pets? Do you not believe in pets? I know it's an ongoing back and forth with vegans, whether they agree or disagree. But like I said, I don't believe that we'll probably buy any more pets from pet stores. We probably will do rescues in the future, though, because I really do believe in that. So leave us some comments down below. We do read every comment we receive, and John's been actually responding to comments as of late. And I occasionally help out too, but he's been doing a lot of the comment responding recently. So Anyway, thank you for watching OmniZ Vegan, and we will see you next time.
Hey.
Bye.